There is something shifting between you and this person right now, and you can feel it even if you have not put it into words yet. This is not fantasy. This is not your mind making stories in the dark. This is the moment the silence starts speaking louder than all the old promises, louder than the mixed signals, louder than the distance they thought they could keep between you and still somehow keep you close. Listen carefully, because what is happening now is simple and powerful. They feel you pulling your energy back. They feel your focus changing. They feel the door that once stayed open without question beginning to close, and that realization is shaking them more than they want to admit. Stay with me, because this matters. The person who once felt sure they could come and go, delay, avoid, disappear, and still find you in the same place is now facing a truth they did not prepare for. You are no longer standing where they left you. You are no longer waiting in the same way. You are no longer feeding a connection that gave you confusion instead of clarity. And somewhere deep inside them, panic has begun. Not a small panic, not a passing feeling, a deep inner alarm, the kind that rises when someone realizes too late that what they treated casually was never ordinary, and what they thought would remain available forever is moving out of reach in real time. You changed the pattern, and that change has touched every part of this connection. For so long, you were the one reaching out, checking in, keeping the thread alive, giving more than you received, holding space even when they brought uncertainty into every corner of it. You made room for their inconsistency. You explained away their silence. You told yourself to be patient, to be understanding, to wait one more day, one more week, one more sign. And because you kept showing up, they grew used to your presence. It became normal to them, expected, almost automatic. They stopped seeing the effort because the effort never stopped. But now it has, quietly, cleanly, no big speech, no dramatic exit. Just a real shift. You started choosing peace over pressure. You started protecting your energy. You stopped chasing what had to be forced. And that one decision created a space so loud that they cannot ignore it. They look at their phone and feel the missing. They scroll and feel the missing. They move through the day and feel something is off, something is gone, something they counted on without honoring. That is where the discomfort begins. So, if you have been wondering why the energy feels different lately, why the silence feels heavier than before, why their presence seems to linger even when they are absent, this is why. They are beginning to feel the loss before the loss is fully complete. What unsettles them most is not only your distance, it is what your distance reveals. Your absence is forcing them to look at things they have avoided for a long time. Their half-effort, their fear, their habit of keeping love close enough to enjoy, but far enough to never fully honor. The pattern no longer hides when the person carrying the connection steps back. And that is exactly what you did. You stopped feeding an arrangement that asked for your devotion and gave you uncertainty in return. You stopped making yourself smaller so they could stay comfortable inside their confusion. And now they are standing in the echo of what they once ignored. This is where people begin to understand too late. They realize the one who loved them with patience was not weak. The one who stayed open was not foolish. The one who kept trying was not someone who would keep trying forever. Let that sink in, because this is the part many people miss. When you stop over-giving, the truth of the bond gets exposed. If it was real, it gets tested. If it was selfish, it starts to crack. And for them, the cracking has already started. They may not say it out loud. They may still act normal on the surface. But inside, something has changed. Their certainty is gone. Their control is gone. The easy comfort of assuming you would always be there is gone. They are replaying everything now. Conversations they once skimmed over, messages they answered too late, moments where you offered real care and they met it with delay, distraction, or emotional distance. What once felt ordinary to them now looks different. Now they can see what was in front of them. Now they can hear the sincerity in your words. Now they can feel the weight of your effort. Regret often arrives with perfect eyesight, and that is the stage they are entering. They are looking back with a sharpness they did not have when you were still available. They are beginning to understand that your attention was not just attention, it was safety, it was warmth, it was steadiness. It was the rare comfort of being truly seen by someone who wanted nothing fake from them. And because they did not fully value that while it was flowing freely, they are now trying to understand the emptiness left behind. Keep listening, because this is where the script changes. The people they talk to now do not feel like you. The conversations do not land the same. The attention does not soothe them the same. The noise around them cannot replace the calm they felt in your presence. That is not exaggeration. That is what happens when someone loses something specific and tries to replace it with something generic. It does not fit. It does not hold. It does not heal the same ache. Their mind is becoming crowded with you. They think of you at odd hours. They remember your words in the middle of other conversations. They catch themselves reaching for their phone before stopping, wondering whether they should say something, whether it is too late, whether you would even want to hear from them now. This is not a light thought passing through. This is becoming a loop, a pattern, a pressure. Your absence has created a question they cannot easily answer. What if you are truly moving on? What if the version of you that kept waiting is gone? What if the chance they assumed would always be, there is actually ending? That question follows them into the night. It follows them when the room gets quiet. It follows them when they see something funny, something sad, something beautiful, and realize the first person they want to share it with is the one they failed to hold with care. That is how the truth starts pressing in. Not always with one dramatic breakdown, but with 100 small recognitions that slowly become impossible to ignore. Watch this part closely, because people often reveal themselves before they speak. Their energy becomes restless. Their attention becomes watchful. Their curiosity returns with urgency. And even if no message has arrived yet, the internal movement is already there. Something in them is reaching toward you, even while pride still tries to pull them back. The hardest thing for them to admit is not only that they miss you, it is that they depended on your presence more than they realized. You helped regulate parts of their life they never named. Your consistency steadied them. Your care softened them. Your attention gave them a quiet confidence they started treating like background music, always there, always playing, never at risk of stopping. But now it has stopped, or at least it is no longer being given in the same way, and they are feeling the difference in places they cannot hide from. Suddenly their world feels less secure, less warm, less clear. They are trying to distract themselves. They may throw themselves into work, into noise, into other people, into routines that keep them busy, just enough to avoid sitting too long with the truth. But the truth waits, and every distraction fades. Because some spaces cannot be filled by just anything. Some absences are exact. Yours is. It has your shape, your tone, your timing, your way of understanding what was never said directly. No random connection can copy that. No easy replacement can carry the same weight. So the more they try to act unaffected, the more obvious it becomes to them that something essential is missing. Stay with me now, because this next part matters. The more real your peace becomes, the more deeply they feel what their carelessness cost them. Your healing becomes a mirror. Your silence becomes an answer. Your growth becomes the thing they can no longer explain away. If fear were not holding them back, they would say more than you know. They would admit they were wrong. They would admit they got comfortable. They would admit they mistook your patience for permanence. They would admit they thought there would always be more time, another chance, another opening, another version of you willing to understand without limit. And now they are forced to face the truth that time changes people, pain changes people, and self-respect changes everything. They would say they are sorry, but not in a shallow way. Not as a quick line meant to smooth things over. They would want to say the kind of sorry that comes from finally understanding the damage caused by delay, avoidance, and emotional laziness. They would want to confess that losing your attention has made them see the value of it for the first time in full. They would want to say they cannot stop thinking about you, that they compare everyone to you and no one quite reaches the same depth, the same comfort, the same sense of realness. But then comes the wall: pride, fear of rejection, fear that you have changed too much, fear that your heart has moved beyond the place they left it. So they hesitate, they rehearse, they imagine reaching out and imagine being ignored. They picture honesty and then retreat from it. This is the war happening inside them. One part wants relief through truth. The other part wants protection through silence. And for now, both sides are pulling hard. Still, inner tension does not stay balanced forever. There comes a point when the pressure becomes stronger than the defense, when pretending becomes more painful than confessing, when watching from a distance becomes harder than risking a real answer. They are moving toward that edge now. Slowly for some, suddenly for others. But the direction is the same. The pain of staying silent is growing. The fear of losing you completely is growing. The image they try to protect is starting to matter less than the possibility of never having another chance. And when that shift reaches its breaking point, behavior changes, energy changes first, then action follows. So pay attention. They may begin checking everything you post. They may watch quietly, quickly, repeatedly. They may revisit old messages, old photos, old moments, trying to trace where it all started slipping away. They may ask about you indirectly. They may circle your world without stepping fully into it yet. This does not always mean maturity has arrived. It means the pressure is real. It means the silence is no longer easy for them. And if you suddenly feel their presence in your thoughts more often, if memories rise out of nowhere, if certain signs seem to repeat, it may simply be that their focus on you has intensified. Before words arrive, attention often does. Before contact comes, there is usually an invisible build. So do not dismiss what you feel, just do not let feeling become fantasy. Let reality prove itself. Let action carry the truth. And this is where your power returns in full. You do not owe them instant access just because they finally feel what you felt long ago. You do not owe them your time because they are uncomfortable now. You do not owe them open doors because they are only now learning the value of what they neglected. Hear that clearly. Your life is not on pause for someone else's awakening. Your healing does not need to be interrupted so another person can arrive late and ask for the version of you they once took for granted. If they return, it cannot be with the same confusion, the same mixed energy, the same empty words dressed up as progress. It cannot be a small burst of emotion with no lasting change behind it. It cannot be convenience pretending to be love. If they come back, it must be different, honest, clear, grounded, steady. They would need to show that they are no longer just afraid to lose you, but finally able to value you properly. And there is a difference between those two things, a big one. One is panic, the other is growth. One is selfish, the other is ready. So if this moment brings them back to your door, do not be rushed by the intensity of it. Watch what they do over time. Watch whether their words hold shape. Watch whether their effort stays present after the first emotional wave passes. This part is important, so do not skip it. Being missed is not the same as being respected. Being wanted is not the same as being chosen well. The deepest truth here is that whether they return or not, something important has already happened in your favor. You chose yourself. You stopped abandoning your own needs just to keep someone else comfortable. You stopped proving your value to someone committed to misunderstanding it. You learned that love without consistency becomes pain, and waiting without clarity becomes self-betrayal. That lesson changes a person. It gives you a new kind of strength, not loud strength, not performative strength, quiet strength, the kind that no longer begs to be seen because it already knows what it carries. And from that place, everything changes. If they never reach out, you will still move forward with more truth than before. You will carry the lesson, not the chain. You will grieve what was, but you will stop worshiping what was never fully meeting you. And if they do reach out, you will not respond from hunger. You will respond from discernment. You will no longer confuse delayed attention with destiny. You will no longer mistake intensity for transformation. You will not trade your peace for potential. That is the win. Do not miss that, because the real shift was never only in them, it was in you. The moment you stop chasing, something sacred returned to your hands, your center, your standards, your ability to see clearly, and once that clarity arrives, the old dynamics start losing their grip. What used to control your emotions no longer commands the same power. There is also something else unfolding here, something bigger than a simple return or apology. You are being shown what you truly deserve by first seeing clearly what you do not. Sometimes that clarity only comes after disappointment. Sometimes the lesson arrives wearing the face of someone you cared for deeply, but who could not meet you where you stood. That does not make your love foolish. It makes your love revealed. You now know how deeply you can show up. You now know the level of truth, steadiness, and care you are capable of offering. The next step is refusing to pour that into places that keep treating it like excess instead of treasure. Let that settle, because this is not only about whether they are panicking, it is about whether you are finally free from needing their panic to prove your worth. That is the higher shift. That is the stronger ground. The moment you stop needing them to come back in order to feel chosen is the moment your power becomes real, stable, and untouchable. And strangely, that is often when everything starts moving. When your energy is no longer reaching, pleading, waiting, or collapsing, the entire connection changes shape. They can feel it. People always feel when your heart is no longer available for mistreatment. They may not understand the language of it, but they feel the loss of access. They feel the closed gate where there used to be constant entry. So if they are watching, let them watch. If they are thinking, let them think. If they are struggling with the weight of what they failed to honor, let that struggle teach them what your presence was really worth. You are not here to carry their awakening for them. You are not here to soothe consequences they created through neglect, delay, or emotional avoidance. You are here to protect the life you are building now, and that life deserves peace. It deserves mutual effort. It deserves someone who does not need to nearly lose you to understand your value. That kind of love exists. Not chaotic love that keeps you guessing. Not fragile love that disappears when honesty is needed. Real love, calm love, clear love. The kind that doesn't leave you decoding silence at midnight. The kind that does not feed on your patience while giving little back. So if this person returns, let them meet the version of you that has learned. Let them face your standards, not your old softness without boundaries. Let them prove that what they feel is more than fear, more than loneliness, more than the shock of losing control. And if they never return, do not see that as failure. See it as release. Some doors close not to punish you, but to stop you from re-entering rooms that kept shrinking your spirit. That is not loss. That is protection wearing the clothes of disappointment. And now we come to the part you need to remember when the emotions rise again. Their inner storm is not your job to calm. Their realization is not your command to reopen. Their regret, no matter how deep, does not automatically qualify them for a place in the future you are creating. That place must be earned by consistency, honesty, and changed behavior. Nothing less. If that sounds strong, good. It should, because you have already spent enough time bending around someone else's uncertainty. You have already given enough energy to the maybe, the almost, the not yet, the one day. This is the hour of clarity. This is the season of choosing what chooses you back. So yes, they may be feeling your absence more intensely than ever. Yes, they may be closer to breaking their silence than you realize. Yes, the pressure inside them may be building with every day that you continue living, growing, posting, healing, laughing, and moving without centering them. But your task is not to wait and wonder. Your task is to stay aligned with the peace you fought hard to recover. Hold that, protect that, build from that. Because whether they return transformed or fade into memory, your path is still opening, your life is still calling, and what is meant for you will not require you to shrink, chase, or suffer just to be seen. Keep going. The story is not ending here. It is finally becoming honest, and that changes everything.